Welcome back, everybody, to the Patriots Chat podcast. This is Jace with my summer segment here. This is the film review segment. So a lot of people are in summer scouting for the 2026 class. I'm doing that also. But as a Patriots channel, I wanted to bring you a couple film reviews of a couple prospects. Today, it's Kyle Williams. In the future, it's going to be Will Campbell. It's going to be Travion Henderson. It's going to be Efton Chisholm. And potentially, it's going to be Braden Swinson. So there's a lot more of these coming. So if you guys are excited for this, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below who else you want to see, what you think of this film review of Kyle Williams. And without further ado, let's jump right into the video. This video is sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. At Underdog Fantasy, you can pick higher or lower on 2 or more players for your chance to win 20, 30, or even 1,000 times your money in a single night. The best part about Underdog Fantasy is it's available in 33 of the 50 states. So what are you waiting for? Use code PATSDRIVE and get your first deposit matched up to $1,000 and join the millions of fans who have won on Underdog Fantasy. Make sure to download the app on the App Store or go to underdogfantasy.com. All right, everybody, let's talk about Kyle Williams a little bit. Kyle Williams he's out of Washington State. He was taken in the 3rd round by the Patriots, the 69th overall pick. This is a guy who started to climb up draft boards pretty late in the process. Okay, a lot of people had said Kyle Williams is really good. Chris Sims ranked him in his top 5. A lot of people were getting him up there into the 6, 7, 8 range. I ended with him as wide receiver 9. He was 60th overall on my big board, so I thought it was great value for the Patriots. This is a guy who's 5'10 and a quarter, 182 pounds. He dominated the Senior Bowl. He was really good at the combine. He ran a 4.4 40-yard dash. He had his best season in college football this year. He's a 5th-year senior. He was at UNLV for a couple years, and then he transferred to Washington State. That offense with Ben Arbuckle as the OC and John Mateer as the quarterback, who's now Oklahoma, Kyle Williams thrived in that offense. He had 1,196 receiving yards, 14 touchdowns, which was the 3rd most in college football. He also had 590 yards after the catch, which was 4th amongst receivers in college football. That's his elite trait. That's what he's great at. He's great at a couple things, separating down the field, his release package, good contested catch for his size. But the yards after the catch is what Kyle Williams is known for. So super excited to get into this film review. Before I do, I want to pull up a couple graphics. The first one I'm pulling up right here, this is every reception he had last year at Washington State. So you can see behind the line of scrimmage, he had 15 receptions. It doesn't seem like a lot, but you're telling me he had 15 reception or screen catches or behind the line of scrimmage in what I think was a 13-game season. That's about 1 per game. I think Josh McDaniels is going to want to scheme up touches for this guy. He's going to be very good. From the line of scrimmage to the 10-yard line, 37, that's going to show in his release package, the the slant routes he runs, his ability to get open, the curls, the quick outs that he can create because of his speed and the threat he is to defensive backs. From the 10 to the 20 yards from 10 to 20 yards down the field, 12 catches. So that's his least amount, but still effective there. And then 20 plus yards, 22 catches down the field of 20 or more yards in the air. That's where Kyle Williams is going to hopefully make the biggest impact for Drake May and Josh McDaniels and this Patriots offense. A lot of people were talking about how the Patriots are one of the most improved teams this year in the whole offseason, not just the draft, but in free agency also. Kyle Williams is a big part of that because of what he can do and hopefully what he can create down the field. Drake May landed a couple deep balls to Kayshon Boutte. I think Kyle Williams brings a whole nother element to the offense that hopefully we will see down the field. This next one I'm pulling up, and this will be the last one. This is all of his routes that he ran last year. So you can see his 2 most common routes is a speed out and out route, right? That could be at 5, that could be at 10, a curl route, so selling down the field. And then it goes to a screen. So there you go. 18.6% of his routes were screens. And then he also ran a go route almost 17.5% of the time. Those are the things that we're going to see in this film review. A lot of those routes, a lot of the ability to create separation and win with multiple routes, win with multiple releases, and things like that. So let's jump right into this film. All right, everybody, we're going to start with exactly what I just ended with, the screen game. Kyle Williams is at the top of the screen here. You see the little stack formation. You're just going to see a quick little tunnel screen play to Kyle Williams. Tight end is going to block the point man. You're going to get the tackle and guard out, and you're going to see Kyle Williams' ability and the breakaway speed when he has the ball in his hand. So I'll play this. You'll see, get a little motion, window dressing. You see the quarterback just turn and throw it. Kyle Williams catches it. He's able to distinguish it. He's able to just get the ball and outrun that safety. Now, if you go back to this right here, that safety has a pretty good angle on him right about here. Like you would say, hey, this looks like a play that the safety is probably going to make, maybe save a touchdown. But Kyle Williams is just able to run away from him and make this into a touchdown. That's a 40-yard play that we've seen Josh McDaniels scheme up hundreds of times when we've seen him in the previous regimes with the Patriots. He wants to get the ball to Drake May's hands. When he sees that he has advantageous situations and numbers on the outside, he's going to get the ball out of Drake May's hands, and Kyle Williams is the type of guy that can catch it and take it to the house. Here's another example. Kyle Williams is now at the bottom of the screen, just outside of the hash. You're going to see the exact same thing pretty much. Now you're going to motion. The tight end is now going to pick up the point. The running back's getting out there. Quarterback gets the ball out quick. Okay, now Kyle Williams doesn't have the luxury of everyone being blocked like he did last play. So as soon as he catches it, you can see his ability to recognize that there is a defender in his face and make them miss right here. Whoop, step back. Now he gets one more guy to miss, and now he's able to outrun everyone else to make this a 50-plus yard touchdown off of a screen. Again, I love this play. I want to go back, and I'm just going to run it one time for you guys now that I've kind of explained it. Right here, you get Kyle Williams, step back, make the first guy miss, make the second guy miss, goes inside, and now he's just able to outrun them and score a touchdown. It's the ability to create after the play the Patriots have been missing, in my opinion, at the wide receiver position for so long. So I'm really excited to see what he can do, because I think he's one of the most dynamic, if not the most dynamic player the Patriots have had in their scheme, and he can do the most with the ball in his hands that we've seen in a while, especially out of the draft picks we've taken. N'Keal Harry, Jalen Polk, some of those guys. Kyle Williams has that ability to kind of burst and separate from players, whether it's catching the ball or post catching the ball. So next one here, Kyle Williams is the motion guy, so you can see him going across the screen. Now what they're doing is just setting up a little bit of a pick play. Okay, so you can see he's going up here. They're pretty much getting back to that stack look that we saw in the first play. Now he's going to sell that he's going to go out. He's going to be able to put his foot in the ground, plant, and catch it. And now, so in the first couple plays, we've seen a 40-yard screenplay, a 50-yard screenplay, and now this is about a 60-yard screenplay. Again, I'll go back. Kyle Williams starts down here in bunch, motions over. Don't care if it's the line of scrimmage. We need guys that have the ability to win with the ball in their hands. Not just 2 yards, not just 3 yards, but make one guy miss and take it 10, 15, 60-plus yards down the field for big, explosive plays. And the screen game, as boring as it might be for some people and as repetitive as it might be, it's a necessity in the offense. Teams love doing the screen game because it makes it so easy on the quarterback. Get the ball out of Drake May's hands, get it to a playmaker, and let them do the work. Some of the best offenses in football are doing screens multiple times a game. They're just so dang good at it. People don't know how to stop it, and they can't stop it because of the dynamic players they have. So moving on, now we're going to talk about the ability for Kyle Williams to still score touchdowns and still have explosive plays of 20, 30, 40-plus yards. But now it's just the ability to separate down the field. I talked about it. It was 17.5% of his routes ran were go routes. Now look at Kyle Williams down here at the bottom of the screen, okay? He is going to be able to win with his feet, win outside leverage, and now separate. He has about 2 or 3 yards of separation, and John Mateer is able to just throw that ball in there, preserve the sidelines, and let him run under it. So again, here we go, down at the bottom, steps on his toes, does a little stutter shimmy, gets him to sell on the inside route. Now Kyle Williams has exactly what he wants. The other thing I love about Kyle Williams, I think he's a very crafty route runner. When you're running a go route, you do not have the ability or the luxury of just continuing to carry it outside. So once he wins, he stays right on the numbers. You can see that he's not running out to the sideline, because if he does, he has less of the opportunity for the quarterback to place it exactly over the shoulder and pretty much right at the pylon as he would want. So he maintains what we like to call, or I like to call, the box. Imagine there's a box from the numbers to the sideline. That's a box right there. You have to maintain that because the quarterback is trying to put it somewhere within there. The closer you get to the sideline, the smaller the box becomes, the harder it is for a quarterback to land it. So again, we'll go back here, start it from the top. Let this roll a little. Here you go. Steps on his toes. One cut, he's out. He has 2 yards of separation. That's all you need in the NFL. Land a deep shot, touchdown, 30 yards down the field. Same exact play. This is an iconic clip going around, people. Sometimes you just get the better of the best players on the field. Travis Hunter is the best player on the field right here. No doubt about it. This is Kyle Williams' release package against Travis Hunter. And I'm not saying that Kyle Williams is better than him. I'm just saying that this is what he can do against an elite talent type of guy. It's going to be pretty much the exact same play we just saw. I just got to put it in there because it's Travis Hunter. And it's just another example. Again, you can see the split right there. He's not on the numbers like some players would be. If you're on the numbers, you can tell with spacing, ooh, maybe he's going to be running a post. Maybe he's going to be running an in-breaking route. When you're on the numbers here, you're either going to be running, you could still be running like a shallow cross right here, but you're trying to preserve that space on the outside for something. Is it a speed out? Are you trying to get more space because you're going to run that speed out and just get a quick 5 yards? Or are you trying to be able to win outside and preserve what I like to call, again, the box? So here we go. Ball snapped, steps on his toes, a little bit of a stutter, and now he's able to just pull right away from him. The safety's too late to get over the hash. And again, a great throw by the quarterback over there. So here we go again. Stutter, sells the inside route, gets Travis Hunter to bite, right over the shoulder, catch, touchdown, Washington State, hopefully Patriots in the future. One more clip of his release package and his ability to win down the field. He's at the top of the screen right now. A little bit more of a tougher split because he's not quite in the middle of the alley, which would be in between the numbers and the hash. Now he's more on the top of the numbers. So again, he has to be really good right here at winning outside and then restacking the corner so he doesn't lose the ability for the quarterback to place that over his shoulder. If he does, he might just be let out of bounds. So here we go at the top. Ball snapped, wins inside. Now look at him just run right down the bottom of the numbers. And then he lets the ball take him to where he's going to eventually end up catching it. He doesn't run without the ball in the air. He doesn't run to the sidelines because if he does, now the quarterback has to throw it even further because if he underthrows it, then the corner is going to be able to catch it. He gets here, releases, and then he sees the ball. He's adjusting to it in the air, over the shoulder, right in the breadbasket, catch and run, touchdown. This was week 1 of their season this year. So now here's Kyle Williams at the bottom of the screen right here. So we're going to see this. This is again against New Mexico. This is just one more look. Now, we talked about he likes to run a lot of curls, right? This is more of a comeback. It could be considered a curl too, just because of the depth. But again, he's going to win outside. He wins outside, stops, curls inside. There it is right there. So you're 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, right? You need a quick couple of yards. Okay, well, let's sell the outbreaking route. Kyle Williams' ability to sink in transition. Boom, right there. Throw the ball on time. Move the chains. First down. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to do in college football. That's all you need to do in the NFL. It doesn't get much simpler than that, in my opinion. And he has the ability, because of his speed, because of the 4.4 speed, he has the ability to separate down the field, but then set up routes like this that are easy pitch and catches into the boundary, into the field, whatever it is for the quarterback. So a nice little curl route right there, right at the sticks. He has great awareness. He doesn't stop at the stick and come back 2 or 3 yards short. So now he's, missing it. He goes 2 or 3 yards past the sticks. He comes back. He catches it right there. First down, moving the chains right there. Boise State, you can tell what this field is based off the blue turf if you're a college football fan. Kyle Williams is up at the top of the screen right now, right on the 25-yard line at the top of the numbers. It's going to cut off a little bit, but here I want to show you his ability to sink his hips and his ability to get in and out of breaks. So this is going to be what I like to call a falcon route. So he's going to pretty much sell a deep over. He's going to get to about the 35-yard line. And he's going to look like he's going all the way across the formation. So the corner's like, oh, I got to get on my horse. I got to go. He's going to outrun me. Then watch his ability about right when he gets to the hash to sink his hips and get out, and then he's going to carry it back to the sideline that he's on right now. So here we go. A deep over. He's running it there. Boom, sinks his hips. Totally has the corner beaten, and now it's just an easy pitch and catch for him and the quarterback. So again, winning with his speed, he comes into the pitcher. Boom, breaks it out, throws it to him. And now that's a 15-yard play down the field. So again, I think it all starts with speed. I don't think he's limited to just his speed routes because there are some players in the NFL that are like, oh, he's just a speed guy. But I think Kyle Williams is so good at setting it up, and he's such a nuanced route runner that he can kind of determine the tempo. He doesn't always use speed releases, but he can use, the stutter release. He can use the inside release. He can use the speed release if he needs to. But because his speed is there and his ability to separate so quickly from guys, that's in the back of their head as a defensive back. They're like, oh, if I don't play this right, or if he gets on my toes and he stutters, I got to open my hips and run. And that's where you can see, like in this clip or in the clip I just showed previous of the curl, they're opening up their hips. They're getting ready to run because they know if they don't, he's just going to outrun them and score on a 50-yard go ball. So again here, run, sink, transition, in and out of his breaks. Boom, 15 yards down the field. All right, so last clip right here. I just want to show you guys, again, he's at the top of the screen, so he's outside the numbers. Again, I talked about spacing. Spacing means a lot when you're as a defense or when you're trying to remember. It doesn't make much sense for him to run a go route right here, again, because he's already so far out on the a sideline. He's outside the numbers, what we like to call on the sidewalk. He's outside the numbers where he doesn't have much room to preserve. There's not much to land that ball. So he's got to do a really good job if he is going to run a go route of stacking. He's not going to do it here, but this is the ability to win when a defensive player is taking away something. So the defender is playing inside leverage right here, and you can tell that Kyle Williams is probably going to be running an in-breaking route here. Again, he's so far out there. Really, the only thing that makes sense right here is a curl and an in-breaking route, just based off of what his alignment is. But he's able to still win because he does that same little shimmy move that we saw when he was going on go routes or streaks and stuff like that. We saw that same exact move. And now the corner's like, oh, I got to get out there. He's going to run again. He can beat me with this speed. So Kyle Williams does that. Well, now he just breaks it off and runs a quick little slant. One of his few catches that was within 10 to or 0 to 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. But again, corner has inside leverage, really advantageous right here for the corner. He probably is anticipating something, but because Kyle Williams steps on his toes and gives that move, the corner's like, I got to go. And now he's able to snap it off, sink his hips, break it in there, and get a quick little slant there. Make it really easy for the quarterback. Just his ability to manipulate and, again, determine tempo, determine what he wants the corners to do, get him to bite on certain plays is really what impresses me for Kyle Williams. So we'll watch it one more time. Boom. Out there, catches it. And again, turns a 5-yard catch, 5-yard slam. It's just a short little play. So that's it for the Kyle Williams film review. Again, guys, there's a lot of things I really like about him. I think that he's really good, obviously, with the ball in his hands. He had 8.4 yards after the catch per attempt. That is elite right there, especially when you're saying, hey, a lot of them are coming from screens. You're taking a 0 or maybe even a negative 1-yard catch and turning it into 8.5 yards. Or if you're taking a 20-yard catch and turning it into 28 yards, if you're taking a 10-yard slant and turn it into 18 yards, that's a huge difference right there. His release is at the line of scrimmage. There's a couple concerns I have about him. I would like to see him get just a little bit bigger to hold up in the NFL, smaller frame. I don't think he needs to bulk up DK Metcalf style, right? But just the 180 is a little bit of concerning there. And then he had 21 drops in 5 seasons. If he can figure that out, which I don't think he has bad hands, I just think he needs to maybe reel that in a little bit more and have a little bit better consistency with his hands. But man, am I super excited for Kyle Williams. I think he adds a element of down the field threat and release package, yards after the catch threat that are different. And I think the Patriots receiver room is improved. I think that Jalen Polk and Javon Baker are going to be better this year because of the better coaching staff. Being a rookie and having as much on their plate as they did was not good. And that coaching staff screwed them. I think that Stephon Diggs, the presence in that room, the leadership he can bring. I know there's some controversy with him, but when he's there, he's really good. I think he can be a big mentor for some of these guys. And then obviously Kendrick Bourne coming back and him being a leader there too. We'll see. This is a pretty crowded room, especially with Efton Chisholm performing in rookie minicamp. We'll see how people feel. Or how they fill out their 53-man roster. They did take 7 receivers. Most of the time, teams take 6 into the 53-man roster, but the Patriots did take 7. So is there going to be a move? Are the booty trade rumors for sure? Are they going to happen? Is Kendrick Bourne potentially a cut candidate because of his age and the timeline? We'll see. But Kyle Williams should be a roster lock. He's going to be a really good player. He's going to make life easier on Drake May. So appreciate all the support. Again, like, subscribe, comment down below. Use code PATSDRIVE at Underdog Fantasy, and we will see you guys on the next film review.